What's up, Sushi Squad? We back in some more Trove, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Spring Sting pack. If you like bugs, you're going to like this. If you don't like bugs, you're probably not going to like this. I'm kidding, of course. I don't know why. I'm just noticing right now. Why does it show the Fae Trickster on like a water mount? There's no such thing, I don't think. Weird. Well, anyways, we're going to be looking at all of the cool things out of this pack. Before we get started with today's video, though, haha, look, sneak peek, spoiler. I gotta let you guys know, if you're new to Trove, you can use that sign up link down in the description, and then anything you end up buying out of the cash shop, I'll make a percentage of that sale. It's an awesome way you can just help my cost of living and stuff. You guys know how it is. But either way, it's a pretty cool pack, honestly speaking. It's going to be, you know, the same price as every other pack. I think it was like 3,000 credits. The usual. There's actually been some of these items were already leaked on Trovesaurus like a while ago. So I don't know if you're a super nerd and want to get into all that stuff. I kind of already saw a lot of these before they got in, but either way, they are in now and they're beautiful. This duck costume, I mean, look at him. Like, I love this costume because it's so stupid. It's so stupid. The video effects of this costume are really, really nice, but that's because they're stealing... I don't know why the VFX are broken. They're stealing the video effects from the owl costume, which the owl Fae costume is probably some of the most fancy video effects out of all the Fae costumes, because you can see it's all glittery and beautiful, and poof! Look at all that magic dust. Like, seriously, I love this costume. The only thing that seems to be different is this smoke on the ground, I don't think is on the owl costume, and the owl costume in general. I think all of the colors and stuff are a little bit more purple hued. I could be wrong about that, but either way, our bomb looks great. Look at that. It just looks beautiful. Our ult doesn't really change that much, honestly. I mean, hey, whatever. It's glitter power, right? Either way, it's a really cool costume for the Fae Trickster, just in time for that 35k video. For anyone that wants to be a Fae main, now you can actually rock out in style by looking like puke. I really like this costume, like, genuinely, because it looks so awful. So then there's going to end up being that little ally right there. There's no staff for this costume, oddly enough. That's why I'm using one of the staves from one of the other costumes that we'll get into later. But this is the ally. It's just a little walking flower. It's kind of grotesque and weird. Blushing bloom, so it gives 51 magic find like a red rose. I don't know what that pun is supposed to be, but whatever. And what's the mount? Oh, it's the same thing but bigger. Cool. I mean, at least this is a flower that actually walks around instead of you know, the event mounts where they don't. The thing you might notice too is that this is actually just a reskin of a turtle mount, but it isn't a turtle, and it does not have the functionality of being able to swim. You can't really tell because that water is like super duper shallow, but yeah, it doesn't swim or do anything, which is kind of weird because almost all the turtles always end up actually, you know, swimming. I don't know. It's cool though. I kind of like it. Then we've actually got a costume for the Tomb Raiser, and this one's disgusting, dude. Like, this bothers me because I don't like wasps and like ants and stuff like that in real life. Like, they just, you know. But we've got this other little ally, this little duck ally that's floating around us. We'll take a peek at him real quick before we get into the costume itself. As you can see, is very unique. Honey Guide. Is that the right one? Is that actually called the Honey Guide? Yeah, it is. Okay, so it's 1.5 crit hit and 20% physical damage. Finds that pot of honey at the end of the rainbow. Finds that pot at the end of the rainbow. Why is it okay of honey? Okay, I don't get it, but whatever. So you'll notice, why am I super slow? I guess because my gear must be like, oh right, because I got all my movement speed gear on my Fae. I don't know. I don't like this costume just because it's not my style. It's not my thing. If you like bugs and stuff, maybe you like it. The one cool thing about this costume, though, is it's got the unique VFX, which is very, very rare for the Tomb Raiser, as you can see with all of these glowing circular things going around us. Like, that's his soul charge. But it looks so unique with this costume. It's actually really cool. His babies are going to end up being kind of adorable, but kind of creepy at the same time, just because it looks like they would very easily eat your face off. Our ultimate ability is the stuff of nightmares. Like, seriously, this reminds me of the Fly movie. Like, it's just gross. And then oddly enough, this is another thing that is extremely rare. Not only the VFX changing, but our number 1 ability, our class gem ability, is actually different. It's very, very rare for that to happen. A lot of the Tomb Raider costumes will have so many things changed, but they always end up slacking on the ally that you end up spawning with your class gem. So okay, whatever. Then there's going to end up being this mount. Again, if you like ants, then you're in heaven. The thing that's so weird about this this mount is there's basically like there's a bee mount in the game, which is basically the bee dragon, right? And they've kind of reused that VFX for a lot of the more recent bugs. This one seems, I could be wrong, but it seems like it's just using the skeleton of the spider. And because of it, it kind of walks really, really derpy. Like, it's just, like, it looks like those legs on the side are just useless and it shouldn't actually be doing what it's doing. It just, I don't know. There's just something about this mount that just rubs me the wrong way. Not only in it's the fact that it's an ant, I don't really care about an ant, but also just the way that it walks. Like, those legs on the side look way too thick, boy. They just, I don't know. There's something about them. What do you guys think? And then we've got the Vanguard costume. This one's not bad. Like, it's actually kind of cool if you know, want to actually, again, have like a bug costume. This one at least isn't disturbing me, because this one kind of looks like your character is a humanoid that is, I don't know, in a weird bug society and is using bug body parts as armor, whereas the other costumes, just like the Tomb Raider costume, just looks like he's an ant. I don't know. So anyways, there's gonna be this little worker ant ally, which reminds me of Sim Ant. Fire Ant. 3 movement speed, 7 jump. Here for when things are getting hot. Yep, because he's gonna cool down the situation by being disgusting. So the bee costume for the Vanguard, I mean, it's cool. And the biggest thing about this costume is, once again, custom video effects. You'll see that our punches, more particularly our uppercut, actually generates bees coming out of him. The punch VFX are yellow as well. Our laser shoots bees as well. Like, everything. I wonder why. Oh, I always leave that open because of the delves. Either way, everything is all themed very, very well to the bee thing. This I don't like. They really need to make that gigantic honeycomb a little more transparent, I think. I don't think they will, because as we've seen with Caruxian, these devs don't fix video effects. I personally just, I really don't like the fact that it takes up the entire screen. Like, I feel like look at that. It's like a strobe light if you have it covering your entire screen, dude. And if you had like a whole bunch of players all using them, like, it could probably be almost as bad as a bunch of gunslingers using their ultimate ability. Like, it could be bad, dude. So anyways, going into our ranged mode, our shots are going to end up using the same honeycomb effects. So great. Oh my god. Our right click, sorry, our world is like really broken for VFX. Our right click, as you can see, that one's pretty cool. Again, it takes up way too much of the screen, but I kind of like the comic book style of it. Our number 1 just throws bees around us and kind of makes him look aggressive. And then we can, of course, swap back to melee mode, and everything is it's all good. So again, I really like the fact that they went the extra mile of adding all the video effects to the costume, but I think they should have taken a little bit more into account, like the photosensitivity people. Because this even bothers me a little bit if I have it covering my entire screen while I'm farming and stuff. And I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just me. What do you guys think? So then there's going to end up being... Oh, no, that's the same mount. The boat. Boat. This boat's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I can't get the greatest angle of it for you guys. But the honeycomb sail looks like it's stretched to me. It isn't, but it just looks like it's stretched. And then otherwise, the boat itself is pretty cool. I kind of like it. You know, it's got, I don't know, reminds me of like Donkey Kong Country or something, just with all the bee stuff. I don't know. It doesn't have a cannon, which is a little bit disappointing, but it kind of turns okay. I don't know. Does anyone use the boats for their turning capabilities? But anyways, just taking a quick little peek at all the items out of it. So starting from this ally right here, it's all of this stuff down to this mount right here. So you get quite a bit of things out of it. I still find it weird that it shows the Fae Trickster on this weird water mount. That I don't even think that exists in the game. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just supposed to be like some summer theme thing. And then the staff that they're using, I don't know if that was supposed to be included in this pack, or if they're just using one that's just out of the styles in general. One thing that's also kind of weird is I noticed that a lot of these costumes, where's one? There we go. So these ones, the devs messed up. So I would like to see this patched, because it doesn't actually say what costume, like what class these are for. This one says Fae, you know, this one just says entraps enemies, and it just basically in the description is missing the little fine print that says this is a Vanguard costume, because every other costume in the game, you know, has that. A costume for the Candy Barb, and then the description. A costume for the Neo Ninja, and then the description, kind of thing. So hopefully they end up fixing that, because it's, I don't know, it's just a little oversight. It's just a minor thing. But either way, thanks for watching, gamers. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Smash like, sub for more. Buy the merch you want to support the channel. And have yourselves a fantastic day. Sayonara. Stay epic, gamers.